Drew Peterson's trial is underway. The jury has been chosen. Opening statements will begin on Tuesday. What's incredible about this case, Dawn, and we've talked about this, is there is no direct physical evidence that Drew Peterson actually killed his third wife, Kathleen Savio. But prosecutors are going forward anyway, full force, basically relying on hearsay statements that may or may not come in. And my question to you is, your defense attorney, how does a jury react to a murder case where there is no direct physical evidence?
Well, I think there's essentially two issues to look at. In the day in which we're living, where everyone loves CSI, they love 48-hour mystery, they want DNA evidence, they want fingerprints, they want actual evidence that they can see that directly links to somebody.
They call it the CSI effect, by the way.
Yes,
yeah,
I mean, it's definitely, you know, jurors now think today that you can pull a fingerprint off a feather if you're a good enough technician.
Right.
I mean, it's ludicrous, but that's what...
Which really works in the defense's favor.
It is great for defense attorneys.
Right.
It's absolutely great for defense attorneys. However, on the other side of it, I think you have the theory, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Right. And that is what is going to be Drew Peterson's main issue here, is that it walks and talks like a duck.
Yeah, and this has gotten a lot of publicity. These jurors have been told from early on, don't listen to it, but how can you miss it? It's a small town, and it's been all over the news. He has really gone out and publicly talked about the case, although all of his on-air appearances, his Dr. Phil's, his Today shows, judge has totally excluded that. But they know him, and you're right. There's a creepy factor. I mean, you know, there is a creepy factor to him, and it doesn't help that his fourth wife is also missing.
Yes.
And do you think there's any way that the jurors don't know that?
They have to know that. And here's the most interesting thing from a legal standpoint on this case, for me, is not the circumstantial issue. It's that these jurors have known that they're going to be potential jurors for 3 years.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Have you ever heard of it? I've never heard, and just to give the viewers some background, this jury pool of 200 was chosen 3 years ago, and then the case went up on appeal and basically lay dormant for 3 years while these hearsay issues were determined by the Court of Appeals. Then the judge essentially sent letters out to those 200 people and said, by the way, please come back, and remember, I told you 3 years ago, don't hear anything or listen to anything or read anything about Peterson. And now those are the jury pool. Very unusual.
It's very unusual. So they've essentially been sitting for the last 36 months wondering if they are going to get picked for this jury. And there's no way that they haven't formed an opinion on Drew Peterson.